Hello everyone, clayrammage. We're back again with another Goodwill Bins Haul video today. My wife went with me again today, so that was great. And welcome to our channel, welcome to this video. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for coming and joining us on this fun adventure. And if you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's just get into it. So we actually stayed a long time at the bins for us today. They kept changing out the home goods bins, so we found some different things. One of the larger things I found was this mid-century modern magazine rack or music rack, since it's got the lyres on here. So this is the brass colored version. Nice piece. Mid-century modern is still pretty hot, so I picked that up. I'll probably sell that locally, like on Facebook Marketplace. And go from there. I'm dropping stuff, sorry. So yeah, so that was a good find, I thought. Let me grab the bag. And today was a lot of just small stuff, nothing major, nothing too exciting, or major finds in my opinion, at least. We did find some fun things. I found this box of cards that has teddy bears on the outside. But inside, and I haven't even looked very hard in here, just the first thing that stood out was this doll. And these are postcards. There's a series of them. Sorry, the ring light is getting in the reflection there. And then this girl too. So there were those, and then there's some really small photograph. It's called Itty Bitty Greeting cards from Hallmark. No date. So there's a whole stack of those in there. Oh, there's a teddy bear card, and I just dropped it. Anyway, it looked like that one. So there are a few teddy bear cards in here. There's another one with the envelopes, but a bunch of others as well. Oh, Raggedy Ann and Andy. There were a number of Raggedy Ann and Andy things in the bins today. So somebody donated a collection, I think. But that was those cards. I found some vintage, I think, Barbie brushes and leggings, and we did find a number of vintage small toys and things. And here's another one. It's Santa in a reindeer, and he's attached to a chimney, so he spins around. It's pretty cool, isn't it? And I don't know, it must have fit on something originally at some point, because there's a hole in the bottom of that. But it's made in Hong Kong. It's dated 1987, it looks like. Applause, Hong Kong. So I just thought it was really darling little thing. Found a couple early 90s Playmobil figurines. Again, my plan for this small stuff is to put it at the pink elephant in my display cabinet, rotisserie, like grab bag kind of thing. Found some jewelry finally. This one's new in the package. Nothing extravagant or anything. Wooden bracelet. We found some. These are the Schleich. Sorry, it's German. So I got to remember my German. Scheich would be Schleich. Made in Germany. Found a couple horses. Found buffalo. I know we had one more. Oh, here he is. He fell down. And a jaguar. So all of these are dated 2004. Again, they're collectible figurines, not any high dollar. I did find in our prior Goodwill haul video, I did find a little baggie full of little items, and one of them was the Schleich Frog, which has been retired, and he's selling for $12 to $15 for this little tiny frog. So that was an exciting find. My wife picked up some more Barbies. So here's one. I don't know if this one's dated. It has on the back 1966 Malaysia, but the head is 1987. So this is an older older version, not a new one. My wife picked up this little nook as a gift. It's brand new in the package, still sealed. I did find another huge lot of the embroidery floss. It's in this box. This box is not all full, that we just piled it on top. This box is full of never opened vintage Christmas ornaments. And you can see they're the wooden Taiwan Christmas ornaments. And so this box says made in Taiwan. And they're all, I don't even know how many are in here. We just looked at the few at the top. But they're all stacked up in each one, and it says Christmas ornaments on the end. But they're still never been opened. They're still all wrapped in the bubble wrap. And since they're all wrapped and ready to go, we were like, I'm like, grab them, let's go. So I'll have to pull those all out and check and see how many there are and what kinds they are and that kind of stuff. Found some vintage army men, again made in Hong Kong. So these are earlier, 70s, possibly 80s, but probably more likely 70s. Found a good number of Lego pieces, miscellaneous pieces in there that we grabbed. Those will go in my Lego pile. Found a pair of socks, brand new with the tags on them. Again, I don't know if Cindy's going to keep these because these look like nice double warmth. More than likely they'll go in the backpacks for the homeless because we're making winter packs now, which include blankets, heavy-duty socks, gloves, hats, stuff like that. We put in the hand warmers as we find those. So we change it up from summer to winter, and this is when we start making up the winter ones. Anyway, I found this little bear. This is a Boyd's bear. He is dated 1990. That's why I picked him up. And he's a small bear. He didn't weigh very much, so I didn't pay very much for him. But in excellent shape. I'll have to look him up. I have no idea what he's worth. Oh, Cindy saw this and I grabbed it. It's a Wizard of Oz, tiny little lunchbox style. Not that you get a very big lunch in there, but it'd be great for a snack size. But yeah, it's for a kid. This one was dated 1999. So yeah, it's got Dorothy and the Good Witch, Glinda, on that. And Cindy found these. These are Cabbage Patch, but they're ink stampers. So look at the bottom. They're the Cabbage Patch dolls, and they have ink on their faces, needless to say, because I'm sure a child played with them. But then it's a stamp on the bottom. And this is, the ink is in the lid. So, there's a whole series of these. I'll see if I can clean them up a little bit. There's 2, 4, 6, 7 of them. Oh, and look at this one. It's the plant Cabbage Patch. But again, these are 1990. Wait, no, 1984. Hong Kong. So, for some reason, there's a lot of early 80s small toys. And they were scattered throughout all the bins. They weren't like they were in one bin. They were scattered all over. So this was another one made in Hong Kong. Number of pieces of a building of some sort. So I just grabbed the whole thing. Oh, there is a person in there. Actually, it almost looks like a school building or a librarian or something. But yeah, so we'll have to put that together, see what all that is. Got some more bags for putting merchandise in. I found this. It's a photograph album, but it is like perfect condition. I'm not sure of the age. It does have older acid paper in here. That's why it's turning yellow. But then it has the black pages. But literally, it is like perfect condition, even the edges. So this has never been used, never put anywhere. And that's why I grabbed it, because it's like in perfect condition. Other than, the little bit of aging. And there's just some tiny creases along the edge. But most of these are falling apart and, look like they've been used for a long time. So that was good. I keep finding more floss. It fell all over. And then I found this. Oops, this way. There we go. This is another Sandhurst pottery piece, the Snowman series. You guys remember when you saw my video from a couple weeks ago, I picked up a bowl and a cup that had the Snowman series on there from Sandhurst Pottery, which is just an hour and a half away from where I live in New Ulm, Minnesota. And so I found this bag with the snowman on it. So I grabbed that. Again, I probably paid $2.50 for that with the weight of it, but quite sellable. Then I found this Santa figure. It's a wood figurine that's been painted. Then the little bag with the stuff has been put on there. As you guys know, I'm picking up a lot of Santa stuff lately. Guess I'm getting ready for Christmas. But this one is signed on the back. It says Kathy 88. So this was made, painted back in 1988. It's just got a great vintage look to it, doesn't it? Looks like it's been around more like 1948. So yeah, they did a great job painting it and making it look very vintage, even for when it was new. And then I gotta find the other one. I found Santa and a Mrs. Santa. They must be in this bag. And they're salt and pepper shakers. Santa's pepper. He's got a P on here, on the top of him. And then Mrs. Santa has an S on top of her. But I'm not sure what they do, but you put your salt and pepper in through the back of their heads. You can see the holes here, and there's a compartment for batteries. So they must make some noise or something. And this is a button in front, so you must push the button. They either play a song, or he goes ho ho ho, or something. So I'm kind of excited to plug them in and see what they do. Then they also had a cookie jar that matched them, but I thought about getting the cookie jar, but I'm like, cookie jar and salt and pepper, it just didn't go together to me. So I left the cookie jar, even though it would have been 99 cents. I just thought these would be good. I could put them down at the Pink Elephant. But yeah, I never saw anything like that before, so I grabbed them, of course. Then, speaking of salt and pepper, Santa and Mrs. Santa, I did find another set. Here's Mrs. Santa. Here's Santa. And again, these are older, very discolored, and all they say is Hallmark cards. I have not been able to find a date on them or anything like that. Based on the way they look, and actually I think they might just be really dirty and need to be cleaned, like maybe they're covered in soot or smoke or something, because they're a little yellowish. But you can tell it's not all the way through. So I'll wash them up and see what, see if they come out better. But again, they just have a nice vintage look to them. So I picked those up. Being Christmas is just down the corner. It's coming fast. Picked up this little elephant. It's a Lennox Elephant. You can see the Lennox mark on the bottom. He's all white, except for the gold painted toenails. And it's perfect condition. They had some other Lennox pieces in there in the same bin, but I just like the elephant. And then it's just kind of like pulling out of Santa's bag here, because I'm doing the bag here and I'm pulling stuff out. So, digging through the bins. One thing about the bins, at least in our area, you never know what you're going to find in what bin where. So I found this globe in one bin, and I grabbed it and I thought, that's a nice globe, and I know a number of people have been looking for globes, because they'll find the lamp bases, but they won't find the globes. So I thought, it's smaller, and it's very heavy, and, it looks very vintage. It's not new. It's very thick. So I thought, well, I'll grab it. So I put it in the cart, and then as we proceeded along, we decided to go use the washroom. So I was waiting for Cindy, and in front of where the washrooms are is a bin, and it's the book bin where you have all the bins. Well, guess what was sitting in the book bin? This base. It's a glass base, a milk glass base, and with painted leaves, vines on it, and it almost looks like, I think it's either supposed to be flowers or grapes, but it's hard to tell. But guess what? This fits perfectly on the top. So think these two originally were together. Somebody's probably sorting through the bins, found the base, and then decided they didn't want it later on, stuck it in the book bin, and I stumbled upon it and put it together, so it was meant to be. So we have a nice little lamp. Again, I think that's a great little find there. Should be able to get probably close to $20 for that. And I don't know why, but it seems like the oil lamps are really becoming a hot item right now. So yeah, oh, here's some more Legos. And then, all right, this is our kind of our, oh, nope, still got that to go. I found this little Holland windmill piece, which is signed on the back, but it's a salt and pepper shaker, and we looked all over and couldn't find the pepper one. This is the salt. It's got the 3 holes in it. So I guess we just get one, but I thought even with that, it's, you know, nobody would use it as a salt pepper, but you could easily use this as a small decoration. So I'll put that down at the pink elephant. And then we found a good number of smalls. In other words, just small items. And somebody obviously was into jewelry making. So we found this big bin full of, oh, not this or the knobs, but we found some vintage knobs. But all sorts of different vintage jewelry, parts and pieces and watch pieces and, you know, different old pieces of jewelry. So obviously this was somebody's craft bin that they used. Here's an old earring. Oh, I forgot about this. And we found 50 cents, 2 quarters too. And yes, we paid for them. It's just what we do. So yeah, so there's a whole thing full of jewelry. This actually looks like a spoon. Jewelry bits and bobs, as we say, that somebody obviously was using to make different craft projects with. And I haven't even sorted through this, so that's why I'm kind of looking at it now going, oh, there's some kind of cool stuff in here. There's buttons, there's a little mother of pearl watch face. Japanese movement. Here's an old key. Yeah, so they were doing all sorts of fun little projects. Little piece, dove, that's a brooch. Yeah, it'll be fun to sort through all of that. Oh yes, there's a stone arrowhead, not a real one, but one that you could make a necklace out of. This is a pendant. There's an old button, brass button, bracelet. So yeah, lots of nice fun. Oh, here's another beautiful old brooch. Again, so far I haven't seen anything that I go like, oh yeah, that's really, really good. But I haven't sorted through the whole thing either. Oh yeah, and Cindy found this brooch. It's a bling brooch. Lots of bling on that one. Had all of the rhinestones on it, so got that. It also has this 500 sequin pins. That's what the container says. And they're itty bitty tiny pins. So for pinning on your sequins, which is really cool. Anyway, so we found all of that stuff. So that was fun. Another fun item. And then now we have one more. We have another bag. Like I said, we found lots of smalls today. And I grabbed this because again, it's a nice Victorian looking box with lots of gimp trim around it, little lace bow on top. You know, it's a modern box, but it just has a great Victorian feel to it. I know some of you guys like Victorian stuff, and stuff like that down at the Pink Elephant I think is great. And then I saw this. It's called a sun print kit. It has been opened on the outside, but inside they're still all sealed in the plastic. And so basically you're using the sun to create the image on the paper. So it's light exposing paper. So if you expose the paper to light, it'll change colors. And so whatever items you lay on top of it will stay that original color. So it says make photographic type prints using the sun. So I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. So I picked that up. Again, you know, those kind of things. So, and then I know several viewers, and I actually sold the last one I had to one of my viewers, was these round Victorian prints. This one says it must have been at a garage sale for 50 cents and didn't sell. The other one had the chain frame around it. This one just has a metal frame that somebody painted pink. The pink paint is popping off. And this one is not in as good a shape. You can see there's water stains along the bottom edge. So, you know, was it in a, and along the top edge too. So it's all the way around, but it just gives a great aged feel to it to me. But again, it's got the chain to hang it. Another nice vintage piece. So yeah. And again, if you guys are interested in any of this stuff, shoot me an email. My email is in the description below, and we can work out a deal. I always make great deals for my viewers. And Cindy found this item. It's a little listen to me. Embroidered bird scene, which is really cool. They're robins. It's not the highest of quality, but it's just very cute with the flowers and the birds. So we grabbed that. Again, I usually lot these up in like 3, 4 at a time and then list them that way and do quite well with them. I did find this. It's a reprint of the original Sears and Roebuck catalog from 1900, fall of 1900. And again, these are great reference books. This one actually is from 1970, so it in itself is a vintage item. But I like looking through these, you know, because now you can see what was available in oil lamps, what kind of glassware you could order through Sears, and you can see different patterns, you know, that were available. Choices of glassware from 2 factories. Sorry, this print is really small. Joys of getting older. So, and then stone, you know, just all these different things that they talk about in here. Wood stoves, bed blankets, underwear, men's garments. That's the other thing. One of the things I've been picking up lately is several different vintage glasses. I discovered one pair I have, which I originally thought was, you know, 1950s, actually dates to the 1890s. And I showed it in a video, you know, 3-4 weeks ago. And I have it listed currently for $50, which I'd be happy if it sold for that. But I don't have a detailed description, so I'm gonna go in, and if it doesn't sell soon, I'll go in and relist it, giving additional information. So like here's another great page showing all the different kitchenware, you know, and the different styles that they have. So, okay, 1900, I can look at this. I did just see this particular piece at, I can't remember now whether it was a resale shop or at a garage sale. But almost the exact same thing just last weekend. So that's why these books become helpful reference books. Spoons and silverware. So, oh, gold-filled rings. So, you know, just all sorts of fun. Oh, there's watches. See, lots of fun stuff. So that'll be fun reading in my downtime. Oh, anyway, I found, changing subjects, I found this. This is a eyeglass case, actually. But I love the coloring, the green, the vibrant green, and the blue bunnies. And there is a name on here. It's called Pylones, Pylones. And when I looked it up, I didn't find any eyeglass cases from this company, but they make very bright bags and accessories like that. So, and there weren't very many listed for this company at all. But I thought, what a great little item, even to hold on till Easter time, you know, to sell for Easter. We found a hat for The homeless backpacks that we do. Always, again, it's winter time, so we're looking for hats. And the key with a lot of the stuff we get is you don't want to have like the hats. A lot of them have names on them or branding, you know, like Coca-Cola or the Bears or you know, or the Vikings. Let's get to the Minnesota Clay. You know, that type of stuff. And those are not good because what we've heard is that they can, you know, it can get stolen because it's a more desirable item than just a plain hat, plain gloves, plain jacket, even plain backpacks. We try not to buy backpacks with brand names on them that, you know, stand out, like, you know, Eastpak or we had a Calvin Klein backpack that I picked up at the bins a long time ago. You know, those we tend not to use for giving out because, again, they can, just to avoid one more issue for them, which could be competition and people stealing things. And we also don't use brand new backpacks typically, just because, again, it tends to be more desired, if you will. I found this little can opener, and this is, it has Ham's Brewing Company on here, St. Paul, Minnesota. Vaughn, Chicago, that must be the manufacturer of it. It says Ham's Smooth Mellow Beer. So, again, that's something down for the pink elephant. I don't know its age. I don't know. I don't even know what it would be worth. A couple bucks, I suppose. The other thing we did pick up is a whole bag full of these Avon. They're actually Easter ornaments. And they're the little plastic ones. And this one's dated 1991. That was one of the things I wasn't sure of. So these would be vintage at this point as well. Considered vintage because there's some debate. But typically, like on Etsy, which I don't sell on, an item to be sold has considered vintage is 20 years or more. So these are almost 30 years is typical. You know, anything over 30 years is vintage in almost all definitions. So we have, how many of those did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Looks like 9 of them. And again, they're light, so didn't cost us very much. And I thought, well, I'll hold on to them for Easter and see. Now, this I picked up mainly for the box, but as you guys know, it's a little out of shape. Let's just put it that way. And it says Noel on here. And it says birch log, pine cones, green spray, 4 brass bells, Christmas beauty. So I have no idea what this is. I just grabbed it. So we'll find out together as I open this one. And bust the box so it doesn't break. Oh, interesting. Okay, so those are the 2 suction cups that are like toast. They're hard as rocks now. They used to be rubber to stick on the window. And then you can see here it's a birch log. There's the greenery, the bow. Pretty smushed because it's been in that box for so long. And it's got these are metal ribbons. They're like a really light tin. And then they have brass bells on the bottom. And you can see, obviously, it's got a little wear to it in here. Where's that? Oh, it's actually a tarnish, but it looks like the tarnish is coming from a reaction to the artificial greenery. I don't even know what that's made out of. Oh, it is not artificial. It is real greenery. It's made out of real sticks. Doesn't smell anymore. But anyway, so yeah, so it's a little aged and vintage, but still pretty cool. Just needs a little cleaning. But I was wondering what was dinging. Now I know what was dinging. But again, I bought it for the box. Made in the USA. Okay, so they show it. You know, you can set it on the mirror above your fireplace, hang it above your doorway, hang it on your front door. You can hang it most anywhere. Noel bells for your doorway, suction cups attached for easy mounting. Phillips Publishers, Newton, Massachusetts. But the box itself is awesome. Now, some of you may have seen my prior video where I talk about vintage boxes that are like this and how you can use steam to get them back into shape. So I will probably steam this box Oh, he's lost his little berries. And try to get him back into some semblance of order. Because again, it's not the I don't think that decoration is worth that much, but I think the box is. So if I can get this back into a good shape, then I'll put it down at the Pink Elephant with the original item in it. But it's going to sell because of the box, not because of the item. So anyway, let's see. Is that the end? We have reached the end. Oh, and I did find, it's been probably at least 3 to 4 weeks since I found any jewelry in the bins. Finally found some today. This one is still in its original pouch, and it says, "I love you," or it's a love pendant. And this one was made by someone who's probably bought at a craft fair or something. It was only $1.99 new. And then there's this bracelet, which it's a leather bracelet, but it almost looks like it's not a cowhide leather. It looks different. So I'm not sure if it's like a snake skin or something like that, but it's a patterned leather. So anyway, so I found a couple pieces finally. I'm like, it's been a while. So I think they're pulling it out. I think they're specifically not letting it hit the bins. Because again, we found a lot of great stuff. I think, it's not quite what it used to be. So I think they're still figuring out how to run under the new management. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. It's a longer video than normal. Way long. Wow, half an hour. Those are really long for me. I should have broke it into 2. But anyway, we had fun. Hope to catch you guys next time. Bye.